And we are live.
Our first live.
Our very, very first live. Welcome to Brain Juice. I am Reload Pew Pew.
I'm Gizzy.
And she is Gizzy. No introduction needed. We're going to jump right to it because why not? We got the music playing in the background just to kind of break that awkward silence. And with that said, the topic we are going to be covering today is the Celeste Hernandez David situation. It's a very sensitive topic. There's so many different variables, so much controversy, theories, opinions, reactions.
I just feel like you can't sum everything up in a video. You have to be like live, and we have to talk about it.
Right. And there's nothing better than to do it live. Why not? It's raw, it's organic, no fluff behind it, just pure honest opinion. And we are an informative channel. For those who have browsed our channel before, we've posted posts based on our opinion. So for those who have been with us for a minute, welcome back. For those who are new, thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And let's get right to it. So
Just a disclaimer though. We're just gonna make it clear that I speak for myself that I don't know who David is. I've never heard of him. I've only heard of what the situation had happened through a co-worker of mine, and that's when I started like digging into, okay, well, who is he or who is she, like what's going on. It was pretty much after the fact that they discovered who the actual body belonged to. So it's just crazy how everything just keeps unraveling, and we still don't have a conclusion to it. There's no closure yet. The only update we have recently is that her body was finally laid to rest yesterday by her family, and it's just unfortunate that they still don't have justice for her. So with that being said, it's a pretty much an outsider looking in perspective, where it's pretty much on the opposite end, where we don't know who David is. We found out who he was, or who is he, through everybody else's assumptions, reactions, and deep dives that they took upon on YouTube.
right. And that's the thing a lot of people are touching on is that, the regular information channels, as far as news, police departments, investigation, researchers, for lack of better words, aren't giving us much information. So, we turn to our own
Yeah, pretty much
opinions,
to YouTube.
research, theories, and those who are closest to both David and, Celeste are the ones who, give us the most reliable information, and then it just trickles down from there, and, we go down the rabbit hole.
I must say though, like, this has been an interesting case, because usually there's always a statement from the other party, or the police speak out on the situation, but it's like the internet has been playing cops this whole time. The police have only say little bit. They don't fully say anything. The only thing that the police have said or have released information was her death certificate. Pretty much saying that as far as what do they call it, the cause of death is deferred, meaning that they don't know they're still investigating that, which is pretty interesting. Because the thing is that they found her body dismembered, but yet they're not basing that as the cause of death. They want to base it off of what happened prior to her dismembered body being found in the Tesla, on the front of the Tesla, so to speak. But
well, I think the reason for that is because, you know, they're not entitled to give as much information as we want right away, you know.
Well, not
they,
only
they
that,
can only give what they're allowed to give, which is, you know, which is for reason, you know. People's safety, it could be for political reasons, it could be, you know, in-house rules. I mean, who knows, maybe, and I'm just kind of throwing this out there, I haven't heard this one yet, but this is the first here officially. Maybe the law enforcement, the LAPD, is actually involved, and that's why they're playing hush in certain things. I mean, again, there's so many theories going out there, why not add that to the list, right?
well, I think so too, because they want to take it to a different angle with prior cases, like, you know, the Diddy, who else, I guess they just want to dot their I's and cross their T's before they pretty much fully announce and, you know, just fully announce what's going on. But I want to say, like, the internet wasted no time in assumptions, and it's just crazy how I've been watching the one that I like that I watched recently, who broke it down. Her channel name is Rotten Mango, and she went and, like, above and beyond trying to see if these assumptions were true, what were they based on. And it's just insane how it's like the deeper you go in the hole, it's like nonstop. Like,
the dirtier the hole gets.
Yeah.
I've never been down a rabbit hole myself, but I heard they're pretty wild.
But
you get lost down there.
I want to say that the reason why I guess we're going live on it is just that it's too much to cover, and the way it's going now with her burial, and that apparently he's not a murder suspect as of now. It's just, to me, it's like the whole I'm pretty sure people are familiar with Charles Manson, the Gypsy Rose, and Michelle Carter case, where these three people, even though they did not do the deed, they had some involvement in it, whether it would be verbal or even through a text message. It's the simple fact that you may have not, you know, murdered the person, but you instructed the unfortunate situation. So regardless, he would still be doing jail time anyways, because he was involved with the minor.
Right. Wow, that's a new unveiling right there. That's the first I've heard of it.
And plus,
so with that, let's watch a little bit of this video, as this was one of the recent videos that come out 14 hours ago. If there's a video that's come out that's even sooner than this one, like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, you know, share it in the chat and I'll pull it up. But this is the most current one I can find, and it's relating to the funeral according to the title. And the family's still demanding answers, even after getting the body back. I mean, I think I'd have questions too if you get back a dismembered body, because you're still not getting, hey, right, what happened to my child? You know what I mean? Like, you gave us a body back, great. Like, that's beautiful. You know, they can continue their grieving, bury their child, move on. But still they have questions.
I mean,
that's sad.
The question that I have, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but did they get all of her body in that casket, or was it just bits and pieces?
I don't know. I think well, that's a good question. That damn twisted question.
I mean,
Okay,
seriously,
so,
like, not to sound
I know,
silly or nothing, but
yeah, that's an interesting question. Let's play the video. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Salome can touch on that question of yours. Here we go. Oh snap!
Ooh,
Wait a minute.
here we go.
Victim in the David investigation, Celeste has been laid to rest, even though there hasn't been any justice, and her family still has a lot of questions. So let's get into it.
This is 28 days after her body was found in the trunk of an impounded car belonging to the pop star known as David.
My stomach sank today when I saw Celeste's family have a funeral because it was so real to see them go and bury their 14-year-old daughter, their niece, their cousin. She had a lot of family there. I feel like seeing pictures from the funeral just really wakes you up to how many people are affected and how many people loved this little girl. So seeing people crying and emotional remembering her life just makes me so much more angry at the fact that we don't have justice yet. And while I want Celeste's body to laid to rest, I do question how the autopsy report gathered enough evidence to declare that they won't have to go and this is morbid, but dig her back up.
Last week, when crews were hauling out boxes and crates and bags and throwing them in a trailer. It was a very different scene from the actual move conducted by actual movers the week before.
Like, currently the autopsy report is
Hold on, let me pause it there. Do you have anything to touch on? Go ahead and handle that. I'm gonna lower some of this audio, this music.
I mean, the only assumption that they laid to rest was that a lot of people online were assuming that the reason this happened to her was because she was pregnant, and they pretty much concluded that she was or was never pregnant. But what they are waiting for are to see, after doing those results, is to see if she died of an overdose or alcohol poisoning or even like natural causes.
Damn. That's interesting. I think he was just about to touch on the autopsy, so let's continue to hear what he was about to say.
But is there a world where it could be just inconclusive and we just don't have answers? Is there more that could be done? Her body was heavily decomposed, which is part of the problem when it comes to this autopsy. So I don't know if they could have done any more with the body. We don't even know exactly how long she was in that Tesla. I see that there are new conspiracies we'll talk about in a moment that mention that she hadn't been seen since early 2025. So really, we have no idea what the medical examiner is working with. So we don't know what her condition was like. I mean, they said that she wasn't pregnant, but that's pretty much all we got. They did report that she had been dead for weeks, but we don't know how many weeks that is. And honestly, I don't trust that they even know. They did try to keep this ceremony somewhat private. They put a big tent over where her body was placed. We also have some footage from the ceremony when they were taking her casket out to the tent. It is just so morbid to think about this situation, them burying their young daughter, and to think that there's a possibility that this singer, David, is going to get away with it all. This man who has power and popularity and connections might be able to weasel away from taking a 14-year-old girl's life, even though much of the evidence suggests that he's responsible. I mean, I would cry at this funeral. It's such a tragic story. Now
See, that's the thing that I don't like, that people, like, the internet is like divided with this, but what it's not about the artist David. It's about this 14-year-old girl named Celeste who died at a young age, and we don't even know why. Why did she have to die? I mean, my thing is like, okay, if you know, I'm pretty sure she was being groomed, point blank. She was being groomed. I'm pretty sure at some point, she realized that she was being groomed, or she just wanted to go home. And I'm just basing it off of when I started listening to certain songs that people were on the internet, where people were saying or speculating the whole situation. It's just creepy as hell. I'm sorry, but it is. It's like there was an interview where people were asking him about about this girl's voice that he would use on 2 songs, and then plus a video where they're having a conversation. And at one point he's all like, oh, I can't say their name because I'll get copyrighted. But my thing is like, you know, you don't really have to say their voice, because for example, like if I hear my voice, I'm gonna be like, you didn't regardless, you didn't use their permission to use them on your track or on a video. And how convenient that she's not on this earth anymore, so you just parade it disrespectfully, in a sense.
That's an interesting point.
So how would you get copyrighted? How convenient, because she's not here.
Right, and if I'm speaking right, I think that copyright talk is more angled to like celebrity status people. Like I think if I did a song and used your name in it, and we went to court, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But if I'm saying things like on Madonna, Tupac, or you know, this guy David, for example, he could take me to court and he could probably sue me. I mean, he ain't going to get much, but you know what I mean? It'll make more sense. But if you were to take me to court, they would just be like, okay, you guys go argue about it outside, figure it out.
Well, my thing is like, he actually used, from what I could tell, it sounded like there were private conversations, like, over the phone. And my thing is like, you know, that was private, and you're displaying it like quote unquote that it's art. But I'm pretty sure she wasn't aware that you were using them. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe she gave him permission or whatever, but again, we don't know. And it's just, I don't know. It's this whole thing is just insane. It's like every day, it's like we're finding out new things, but we don't really know if it's actually real or not. But as far as, watching her funeral, because I actually saw the footage on Instagram, and I was just like, how sad, like, especially since her body was so really decomposed. I'm pretty, there's no face, like, you can't recognize the body. Like, there's
wow.
the family doesn't have closure. Like, that's the last memory they're gonna see of her, all decomposed and dismembered.
So let me ask you this: was it a closed casket? I mean, I'm sure it was.
I'm pretty
right?
sure it was.
Well, you said you had watched it on Instagram, so I was.
Well, they never showed the casket open, so I'm assuming it was a closed
casket. Okay.
casket.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they did have an open casket, though. I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm the pew, and I ask those weird questions like, what if? Like, imagine, like, you would have to be unemotional, like a very emotionless person to allow those dismembered parts to be viewed. But I mean, the only way I could see someone doing that, again, I just like to dig into the psychology of what would make someone want to even do that, is to be like, you know what? they're throwing it in the face of the person who did it to their person. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're not gonna let you take that from us. Like, you know, we're gonna show your shame. This is what you did. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you would have to be like stone-hearted to.
I don't know.
To make that kind of choice.
If that was me in that situation and that was my daughter, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to have a open casket knowing that doesn't look like her. I wouldn't want that last memory be like that. I mean, that's just my opinion.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't either. Hell no. But again, you have to be really tough skin to do something like that, to prove a point, to put something in somebody's face. Like, you know what I mean? You took from us, but you know we're not gonna let you win. You're not gonna take this. You know what I mean?
I mean,
a closed casket.
It's like how they said in the news when the whole story came out. The only way they were able to identify her was through dentist. What does they call it? Dentist records
her dental. Dentures.
Well, her teeth, like because it was that bad. Like they couldn't even make a face. All they could do is through the teeth, and then the only thing that was recognizable were that tattoo that she has on her index finger.
Yeah, that's a thing. As a father or a mother, like, my God, just to have to peel that, you know.
Yeah.
That's tough. I bet. Let's play the video. I think he's right here on the 911 records.
Oh, okay.
That's on by Daily Mail. Let's see what he's saying.
It seems like I'm glad they clarified that, because it's not like the police were being called a lot to the home because of Celeste. They're being called a lot to the home in general, which kind of feeds into, you know, that she had a dysfunctional family, and kind of gives us more motivation on her end on why she wanted to get out of that situation. Police were constantly called. It was a mess. I can understand why the 14-year-old girl wanted to run away and thought she could trust this creepy David.
There's a reason why Hollywood stars always seem to walk away from scandals untouched. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm. Most regular people, including me, don't have a legal army behind them. And if you're injured in an accident, insurance companies try...
What was that?
No, because he's like promoting like Morgan & Morgan, the attorney company. So
oh, really?
Yeah, he was just
right
now. But
well, he's getting paid for that. That's for sure.
You know, he did touch base on dysfunctional family. I don't see, this is the thing though. I don't know whether that is true or not. The only thing we know is that she has a track record of running away a lot. But it started where she would just leave and then come back, and then she would be with the family member and then come back. But it wasn't until when she met David that she would be gone for months, periods at a time.
Yeah, I read that.
And
she ran away a few times.
You know, and a lot of people. This is where I call BS, where people say like, oh, well, you know, especially, I don't know if this is true, because apparently David's mom has or is going to make a statement, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be along the lines where, oh, well, he was homeschooled, he was introverted, he had no friends. You know, I know a bunch of introverted people, and I know people that prefer to talk to people online than they do face to face, and I don't think that would be the situation. If anything,
Los Angeles.
The switch to connect.
Sorry about that.
But if anything, I think he was just not mentally all there. I mean, come on, he said so himself that he has 4 different personas. Only one that we know of, and his name is Atami, which which means pain in Japanese. And
Wow.
and my thing is like, you know, if you're not all mentally there, and you're introducing the world to a persona that does bad things, it's like, what persona are we getting? Are we getting Atami, or are we getting David? Who is David really?
Right. Interesting. Very interesting.
And that's the thing though, like that, for like, you know, people like me that don't know this person, there wasn't not a lot of videos where they took a deep dive, giving us information of who is David, why is he popular, how did he become popular. And it wasn't until I saw a video, I believe their channel is called Info Junkies, and they ended up taking like a deep dive kind of documentary style of introducing us to David, like how he blew up, or how did he start creating music, and you know, yada yada yada.
That's that link you shared me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they did get into the overall story towards the end of the video, but at the beginning they did touch on his beginnings.
Right. Like how he started as a YouTuber, and he was gaming, playing Fortnite, and he kept getting copy strikes because he would use actual music from other artists that, you know, that's a big no-no. And then from the advice of his mother, he started making his own music. And with the help of TikTok, that's how he blew up, and people just would tune in more because of his music, more or less than the gaming, I'm assuming. And he just blew up overnight.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the power of content, YouTube, and being an online.
I mean, I get it. He's relatable to, you know, the gamer world. His music. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if none of this would have happened, I would have been listening to his music. You know, he's very
It's very
poetic.
lyrical, very poetic,
very poetic,
very creative.
It's just that, you know, when you tie the situation and then with his lyrics, it's just like, okay, were you planning this the whole time? Because the timelines don't really make sense, because when people started making assumptions, it was with this one song of his called Romantic Homicide, and that wasn't brought to light, well, publicly, I want to say in 2022. And you know, the video and the lyrics itself is like, it's very powerful, I would say. You know, you're talking about a relationship that you're in, and you know, that in the back of his mind, that person died, and he didn't cry, or he didn't regret it, or he would say it out loud and he didn't, you know, like, it was like no emotion with it. When you're reading that out loud without the you know, the song and, you know, the instrumental point of it, you know, it just makes you wonder, like, okay, what would make you write that, or what happened that you wrote that? Because I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of artists, when they're doing writing, or even like a story, you put some of yourself in your art, so to speak. And apparently, according to an interview that he did, when he would go live in gaming, he would talk to other kids. I want to say kids because I know they weren't adults. There were other kids talking about their love situations, and according to him, he wrote their situations in his lyrics. But apparently, with the whole situation in hand, I mean, a lot of people are saying like maybe he was basically telling his tale.
Damn. What's going on in your twisted mind?
Yeah,
that's my question.
Pretty much. I mean, even with the whole, like, okay, they say that he didn't do it, he was on tour. But it doesn't change the fact that a dismembered 14-year-old girl body is in your car. That's your car, regardless.
Right.
You know, and then it wasn't like an hour or two away where the car was parked. It's literally like a block up from where you stay. Like the block over, like the street over.
Yeah, you don't where you sleep, you know?
It's just crazy.
And that's why I was talking to you earlier off mic, offline, that, you know, the whole story about his manager being involved. And it kind of like, I was like, man, maybe it happened while he was away, and maybe David is innocent, and maybe it was the manager, and you know what I mean? That's where all the attention should be focused.
Now that you
and not on him.
Now that you mentioned the manager, I do find it interesting that the only person that made a statement in David's circle was the manager. Now, I don't know how this works in the music industry, but apparently you have like a main manager and then you have management. And he made it clear, like, I don't live in California, I'm out of state. Yes, that's my client, but I have management that deals with him. And yes, management has access to the house and to David's car, even though it's registered under David's name. So that itself was like, I mean, if you had to, you know, go online and make that statement, it's like, okay, then something probably went down, because David was quiet this whole time. We still haven't heard from David. The only recent activity is that once the police raided his home, that management was renting it out for $20,000. That's still insane. How can anybody afford to rent $20,000? But anyway, that's beside the point.
Serious.
You know, he ended up moving out of the house after they had raided it. And he already had stopped all tour dates. Like, he canceled all tour dates. Because my thing is, like, if you're innocent, you know, you would have already, like, I don't know, said something on the internet or during tour, like, oh my God, you know, I don't know if you heard, but there was a body found in my car, you know, I don't know what's going on. Something, but we're not getting nothing. The only thing I keep seeing is that the only way they found him active is that he was playing Fortnite. His Fortnite account was active this whole time.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a true gamer right there.
He for real with it.
I don't think I would be able to game under those circumstances. That's just me.
Right. Like, okay, where's his heart? Like, that's pretty heartless.
So I don't know. Like,
that is crazy.
This whole situation.
I mean, I love my game because, you know, the pew gets his pew pew on. But I know if I had done this something crazy like that, man, I don't know if I could. And it's someone I love, like made multiple songs about, had living in my roof. I mean, man, I don't know. I couldn't just jump on my game and play without feeling any type of emotion. You know what I mean? That's alarming. That's alarming. Yeah, that's alarming.
Well, that's if you were innocent and didn't do it, but for him to be gaming like nothing.
What do you mean?
Okay, like you're
innocent or not? How are you capable to play a game?
No, but I'm just saying though, like okay, like you're saying that you wouldn't be able to, right?
No, because I would be either too afraid. I'd be either trying to hide out somewhere, trying to figure out my strategy, or I'd be too hurt emotionally to play a game. I'd be like eating pizza, ice cream, listening to some of my music I made about her, looking at pictures of her, not gaming.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he's just gaming. Like, to me, that means like you didn't care.
Yeah, that sounds like a confession to me.
Right.
Anyway, let's play this bit real quick, because this one was uploaded 8 hours ago. This is the news info. Hopefully it's not the same old jibber jabber. It says new David update is confusing. So let's get updated, and we are reacting to it. And I just got my second win. The pew is back. I am back. Here we go.
All right, y'all, today we got the David update is confusing. You guys know we've been covering the David situation. It looks like there's some new updates. Let's get right into it and see why it's confusing.
Too loud. Let us know in the chat. I will
subscribe to
drop
my
it
second
down
channel, Berto2. Link to that will be in the description. Berto2. We're almost at 26,000 subscribers over there. So where you at, family? I want to see y'all over there. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's get right into the video. Come on.
Where you at, Berto?
So at this point, it has been almost a month since the David situation began to unfold.
And he's still not in jail.
Where the body of a 14-year-old girl named Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found dismembered in the back of his Tesla after it was abandoned blocks from his Airbnb that he was renting, and subsequently impounded in Los Angeles while he was on tour.
Where it was is kind of like a strategic area where there's only, see that road right there wraps around to the right and then it connects again to the main road. So there's not too many people that will walk by it. And these hedges on this house are so high that it really takes out people walking.
They said there was no odor? Really? That's crazy.
On the other side of the vehicle. So I don't know if it was actually done strategically, but if you're going to leave it somewhere else, it's as good a place to leave it as any.
I don't really think there was much about strategic when it came to the whole David. And
like I said, though, maybe the cops are involved. It's just a theory. I'm not accusing anybody. And maybe that was a good spot for them to park it. I'm just countering what he's saying, you know what I mean? The bushes, the smell won't fly around too much. You know, plants do clean the oxygen, the air.
Okay, but let's just say, if he is innocent, well, with the murder aspect, he's still guilty with messing around with the minor. Let's just keep that 100. Like, it still doesn't take away the fact that you're an adult and you're messing around with a child. Because by the end of the day, she was a child. She was not over 18 years old.
She was a baby, man. 13 years old or 14, right?
Apparently through the internet, he met her. He was 17 and she was 11 at the time when they first met. That's insane.
Wow.
My thing is, like, what would a 17-year-old have in common or want to speak with an 11-year-old or have friends with an 11-year-old? That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I mean, I can give you some. I mean, don't make it like, oh, you go talk to your 11-year-old. But I can just try to dissect some of what someone at that age would want to fish a younger girl, you know? Maybe some insecurities of other girls his age. So he's, you know, went to, you know, younger kids who are more vulnerable, fall for the dumbest slice.
But still, like, you're already, well, how old is he now? I think he's like, what, 20, 22 now.
Oh yeah, but let's stay with where you were at as far as the age thing. He was 17. She was 11.
She was 11.
12 years old. Damn, that's like at that age. That's why at that age, kids, especially girls, should not have access to. Do you know what I mean? To internet platforms like that. Anyways, TikTok, YouTube,
I mean, that
Instagram. But the point of making humble, I kind of lost my what I was saying. But at that age, young girls especially are very vulnerable to older men. And at her age, a 16, 17-year-old is old as an older man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, maybe he had insecurities with girls his age, so he, you know what I mean, lowered his age bar, so to say. They're easier to fish. He had money, he was popular, he had, you know, his little SoundCloud music, his YouTube stuff, his Fortnite stuff. You know what I mean? For an 11-year-old, that's like, ooh, this man is gonna take me and show me the world.
I think if anything, they're at that age, they're just like mesmerized that someone famous is even acknowledging them. So I think that could be it. But getting back to the what I was trying to say about, okay, if you know, he's quote unquote innocent with the whole murder situation. It's like, you know, the either the people that around him, because I heard that apparently they have a warrant out for his personal bodyguard. They haven't said why. I don't know if this is true, but again, like, the Tesla cars, they record nonstop. Supposedly, rumor has it that the cameras were shut off in the car. I've been in a Tesla, but I've never driven a Tesla. I don't know how a Tesla works. I don't know how their operations work. So I don't know if you could automatically turn off their security features, or I'm pretty sure somebody tampered with them. Because apparently the only footage that they have is the last. It was before they put the body in the car, so it was the last person that drove the car. But a resident made a good point where, you know, when they were showing where the car was parked, there's cameras there all around. So whether the Tesla didn't capture it or not, those cameras did. The street cameras. But we don't know because the cops are not saying anything.
Right.
So,
and the cops always say something. Even aside from the basics, they always give some type of hint. But in this case, they are not. That's why I keep saying maybe one of my little crazy theories is maybe the cops are involved. That one hasn't been presented yet, and that's someone's gonna run with that idea.
Well,
in the messaging, someone messaged in saying, pull up Google Earths and check out the pool. That supposedly Google Earth shows that there's a body in the pool. Maybe
a body in the pool.
Celeste's body in the pool, maybe that's where the crime actually happened.
Oh, that she drowned?
Yeah. Do we have Google Earths? Yeah, that was a viewer. Fire Blaze. Fire. I think that's Fire Blaze. Fire. What up, Fire Blaze? Good looking out. Oh, Google Earth and maps are different. Go to both. Shoot, you want to pull that up? You want me to pull it up?
Google Earth?
I don't have Google Earth at the moment on this new phone.
I don't think I have it either.
Yo, this track is earring me out. Well, just go to Google Maps and we'll see what pops up.
Cool. But type what though?
A black flag in the pool is what he's saying. You go there and I'll go here and see what I can pull up.
Black flag
No, silly.
What?
Type in his address.
Like, I know him like that.
No. Ask Google.
What? DV.
He's so funny, huh?
Address? I don't know. Yeah, it's not giving me anything. I'm sorry, I'm not all that.
Oh,
techie.
the body's on Google Maps. Okay, we have Google Maps. We could do that.
All it's pulling up is DD's discount.
DD's discount. Yo, Blaze.
No, but
my boy, would you happen to have
But getting back to what I was
that
saying.
address?
It's
I'd be shocked if you did, bro. And if you did, mad props. I'm trying to pull that up.
You mentioned the theory of the whole where famous people sacrifice.
Okay, you continue on. I'm gonna try and figure
people,
out
right? And you know, the YouTuber that does Rotten Mango did make a point where, you know, when you're famous and management doesn't really care about your life, about your feelings, as long as you're making them money, and they're gonna make sure you keep making that money and it doesn't ruin what they need to do. So I think his management were very sloppy in getting rid of the body. That's what I think. But then I had that crazy theory before I seen that they had buried Celeste yesterday. I assumed that what about if she was faking her death? You know, to be with him so they could, you know, everybody could, you know, leave them alone. But then after seeing that they actually buried her body, I was like, well, that's out of the... That assumption is out the window.
That is scary.
But yeah, so it's just weird that the cops are not saying anything. There's a bunch of possibilities that they could get footage of that area, according to the neighbors that were being interviewed. And I swear I should have saved that video, but they did show the cameras that were by where the car was parked. So they had to have picked up something. So it does kind of question as to why there's a warrant out to his personal bodyguard. So my thing is, okay, maybe either they caught him putting the body in the car, or he pulled up, you know, and parked the car there. That's the only thing I could think of.
Interesting.
But as to why he has a warrant, like, nobody knows. But again, it's like the only two valid assumptions that I could think of as to why
your screen is so small I can't type on it.
As to why she got murdered or however she died. Well, one, they already concluded that she wasn't pregnant. But I think the second one is, I think she and herself realized that she was being groomed, or he was being too possessive or obsessed, and she probably wanted to leave the relationship. And of course, you know, by her leaving, that gets him into trouble because of the whole age thing.
Interesting.
Because by the end of the day, he can't get out of that. He can't. He could probably get away with the whole murder thing, but he can't get away with the whole messing around with the minor. So So yeah, but I don't know. It's I can't think right now. It's just so
You're tired.
the
it's
whole
time for you to go to sleep.
the whole situation is just so like dragging. That's what it is. Like, I just want to know already. Okay, well, how did she die? Who did it? And why? That's what we all want to know. Why?
Right. Let me ask you this question. Keep it going. I had it written on my notes. The side street they found the car on, and I was gonna use that to navigate towards the house, but yeah, I'm having issues on your phone. Your screen is so tiny.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's all good.
But
I'm searching it up. Continue to
okay.
speak your mind.
Okay, but what I find interesting is the whole his whole persona, that in an interview he said that this person that he calls the Tommy, he started writing a manga about where he's a detective and he's basically solving his own crimes, even though he's the one who's committing them. His alter ego is committing them. And I just find it weird that you would use that persona in like your music videos and your writing. And I think there was like one music video where it was animated and it's like his alter ego and him, and the alter ego actually chops off some girl's arm, and it's just like, it just looks bad. Like it's like, why? Like, you're literally like snitching on yourself, even though this video is like old, but it's like you're literally snitching. It's like you're unraveling a fantasy that you wanted to come true, and this person was just your little guinea pig through the process. So my thing is like, did you actually love her, or was she just an experiment?
Interesting. Damn. What if she was part of an experiment? One of his little weird personalities, and they were conflicting with each other. And they were like, she got to go.
I mean, clearly he had a type, because he used that same type on his music videos. For one, like, if his love interest that would always be a young Hispanic girl with curly or wavy hair, which would look like Celeste. Also, apparently, rumor has it that there's this older Celeste who has the same name. They look kind of the same, but that could be like his scapegoat. Like, oh no, yeah, I was with the Celeste, but she's over 19. I don't know what you're talking about. But you know, like I said, the internet is like the best investigators. That they even found old footage of a live stream that he did with Celeste, and then he's telling the moderators to delete the footage after it stopped going live. It's like, if you didn't have nothing to hide, why would you do that? I mean, you could have easily said, oh, like, I'm with my homegirl, you know, we're going live or whatever, but clearly everybody in the chat knew that you guys were a couple. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, well, I don't know how you are. Like, I like watching crime documentaries, and I feel like this David person is very sloppy in what he's doing. I mean, not to sound like, you know, like a sloppy joke. Yeah, like, not like a joke or whatever, but like, usually, like, for example, like, take for example Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you know who Jeffrey Dahmer is?
Of course.
Okay, like, it took them a while to find out what the hell he was doing with his victims. And it's just like, you know, and mind you, maybe that's why these older cats are good at what they do, is because we had no internet back in the day compared to now. And that's why I always tell people, like, oh, if you upload shit on the internet, that's it. You're done for. It's going to be there forever. And it's like, yeah, there's no such thing as deleting something offline, because apparently it comes back twice as full to bite you in the ass. Hence that live that he did with Celeste. And I find it interesting that whoever was commenting on that live kept referencing him to Epstein.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I just find it.
That's a.
Yeah.
Woo.
And then plus he made like a comment through the live stream where he puts his hand on her shoulder and he's looking at her and he's all like, I media trained you, and that's controversial. And then she's like saying no, and then she turns around like, raping kids is controversial. And then she starts laughing, and my thing was like, yeah, it is. It is controversial because you're with the minor. I don't know if she was trying to say that or like put a, you know, like a dig on them or anything. But after what she said that's when he was like, all right, moderators, I want you to delete everything. Everything has to go.
Wow.
I want to see the whole live. Like haven't seen if they brought out like the full like live stream. They only bring out certain snippets of it. But I don't know. It's just the whole thing is weird. There it is right there. Like part of it.
You want to play that audio?
I don't think she said. I don't think she said it right there.
I'm trying to pull up that pool image. I can't pull it up without the image. I mean the address of the rental, and I'm Google ain't giving me the address, man.
I don't know. If it was drug overdose related, she doesn't seem the type to be a druggie, so I think someone probably drugged her in the process. That I would believe.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking about it, like if they really wanted to get all you know, like have a timeline on her death or whatever, they could have drugged her, and then if the person in the chat that mentioned the pool, she accidentally fell in the pool and drowned. But still, even with that though, like there was no need to dismember her and put her in the front of the Tesla. It's like, why did you have to dismember her? That's what I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like if she accidentally overdosed and accidentally, let's say, slipped and fell in the pool and drowned, what was the need to dismember her and put her in the trunk of a car? If anything, I mean, not to sound all heartless or whatever, they could have just dumped her ass in the alley.
True.
I mean, if you think about it.
Old school way, just.
I'm just saying.
That's what I mean. I think the cops are involved. That's where I'm throwing some of my eggs. I'm not keeping them all in one basket. I'm kind of a little here, a little there. One of them is, I think the popo's involved.
You're throwing Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs.
Hell no. Hey,
no.
follow the crumbs.
Follow the crumbs.
I got an address here. Shout out to Blaze for the address. Let's see if this pulls up.
gonna drive there after?
I'm down. What time is it right now?
It's like a road trip. You know, people have actually drove and
sure.
recorded the house. I'm just like, dude.
Yo, you think we should go to the address? Let us know in the comments.
Well, not today, not tonight.
Oh, we're going tonight.
No. Hell no. And then knowing our
Here we
luck,
go.
we get caught
Here
up
we
in the
go.
bullshit.
1638 Viero Drive, Los Angeles. Oh, that looks like what we see on the videos, right?
Why do they have it blurred?
Well, it's just probably something on the private borderline of the house. Or like if there's people walking a dog or whatnot, or the license plates, they blur all that out. So,
Okay, so where's this pool?
he said she was killed by the look. She was offed by the look. I don't know if you misspelled that.
What do you mean off? By the look? What look?
I don't know. He'll grab this and browse his message board. I'm gonna try and pull up the viewing. Okay, so this is the 1638. I'm gonna pull up the layers.
He said don't go.
Don't go.
He said don't go.
We might see a spirit. Damn.
Go to the bottom corner and then hit satellite. Where's their pool?
I'm scared. Shit. I'm scared, man.
Where is it?
I don't know how to use the maps.
Oh, it's this one, no?
Oh, here we go. No, it's on the red ping.
Oh. So where is it?
If we're on the right house, Blaze, give us a thumbs up or something. Let us know. Are we at the right house? I see the pool. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. I don't want to zoom in too much. I'm scared. Okay. First of all, we're at the right house. Go down.
Go down.
Let me zoom out and I'm scrolling down.
But it would be that, no? Where you have the purple arrow.
Okay. Is this
He said
one?
he put.
Oh, I put the wrong address. I put 163. My dyslexia kicking in. That's why some of the brain juice posts are kind of off. Because my dyslexia kicks in.
1368.
1368.
Yeah, 1368.
368. Okay, my boy, my bad. Here we go. Damn. Moment of silence.
It's the same house.
1368. Man, this fool gave me the wrong address. Nah, I'm fucking. Okay, here we go. We have one allowed cuss word by YouTube. Okay, what's he saying? I can see it.
Yo.
Okay, I'm gonna put my cursor on the pool that I think is the correct one. If it's the correct one, give me a thumbs up. Is this the one, bro?
Because it's not that one, right?
I'm looking for a body. I don't see a body in that pool.
Not saying nothing.
Yeah, give him a chance. Give him a chance. One house down. Okay. Plus, there's a delay.
And it's that one.
Okay. Are we on the right one, Blaze? Zoom in. Should I pause the music? I'm gonna pause the music. Hold up. Hold up, guys. All right, here we go, man. I'm zooming in.
All right,
Per Blaze. If you guys see something here, man, you blame him. Oh, I'm zoomed in all the way. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, here we go.
I don't see nothing.
Wait a minute. Let's zoom until we can't zoom no more. That's as much as I can zoom, my boy. Let me try to. Yeah, it's maximum. Maybe I can maximum this. Okay, I'm looking. I seen a body or two in the pool floating before.
I don't see it in this
They
one.
weren't dead, but I'm trying to see. Maybe here. I can maybe see something there. Are we at the right house? Or possibly here.
But that's a tree.
It's a bag. Oh, okay. We're looking for a bag.
In the pool or next to the pool?
Wait, what's there? Is there some?
What did he say?
Wait, is there some hissing noise? I hear that.
What?
Someone's fax machine is going on. It's coming from somewhere. I could hear it, like a little crackling. Whoa.
Maybe.
That was extreme crackling.
Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna turn on the music. Cause
You're getting
gotta hide out
freaked out.
there. I could hear that noise. I don't know what that's coming from, but they're trying to hotwire our live stream.
It's David. He didn't want us to know.
Why is that? Damn, David, you got to go.
Well, I don't see no body or a bag.
That crackling is. I could hear it. Anyway, so do we see a bag anywhere on the property? By the pool? Maybe here? I don't know, my boy. Let me zoom out, and what do you think? Maybe when you zoom out, you can kind of.
Okay, but why are we referencing the pool again?
It was just a theory he had.
That the body was there?
Now check out what he was referring to.
Let me see.
I'm not seeing a bag. Unless I don't think he said we were on the right house, right?
He said a black bag in the pool.
And we were on the right house, that's for sure.
Well, either way.
This guy's got some good information, man. Some interesting information.
Yeah.
Interesting, my boy.
But again, it still leaves that question. If they wanted to make it look like it was an accident, then why just chop her up? That makes no sense.
That's well, okay, again, like if David's manager was trying to frame it on David, this is how I can see the reason for it, because it ties into his freaky mentality. You know, that one of his alter egos.
Okay, but the whole point is that they're making it seem that David had no involvement in it. Oh, that's video footage of remember I showed you where they're according to the family of hers, she was announced missing in April of last year, but then a video surfaced on the neighbor's camera that she was there September around her birthday of last year. So therefore, she wasn't missing this whole time. The family never enclosed that information to the police. They made it seem like, oh, she's been missing since April of last year, when in fact she wasn't. And the thing is that, my thing is like,
I think he's talking about this one.
That one?
That looks like a bag, baby. In the pool. That's not normal to be inside a pool.
That looks weird.
But I could be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, but they never mentioned like, oh,
Her
you
body
know, yeah,
looked
like
it
she
was-
ran away in April, and then she came back in September, and then she ran away again. You know, just to clarify things, but they didn't. Then there's rumors that supposedly that David was paying the family $10,000s to hush them up. That's why they haven't made no statements either. So it's like, I don't know.
Wow.
This case is so insane.
And that's why we're following it, man. Because this is interesting.
But it's just a headache. And you know what? I don't know if you ever seen there's actually a YouTuber who you know, tarot cards, like fortune tellers.
Ooh, let me dim the lights. We're talking tarot now.
Okay, well, there was one that I was watching, and apparently there's different type of cards, and someone gave her like crime cards where it just tell once you flip them, and whatever they land on, it's the crime that was committed. And you know, she's reading them, and she's, you know, calling on Celeste to pick the cards and tell her, you know, what had happened. And I don't know, like I'm on the fence of believing if this is true or not, but I did find interesting the cards that came out of her deck and how, you know, everything that it showed pretty much was fact of what we know of the case. So it's like everybody on social media is pretty much playing detective. Well, except us. I'm just, you know, throwing out assumptions.
What women do.
What?
You walked into that one, okay?
Well, either way, it's like I told you, regardless if he had no involvement in the murder, he still can't get away with jail time because he was messing around with a minor. Period. His close circle pretty much told the cops that, yeah, that they were dating and they thought that she was 19 because he told them that she was 19.
Damn. She's just a baby. A baby. Let's see what he was about to say right here. The new David. Okay, here we go. Let me unmute this real quick. Here we go.
Forward to say that they were called 33 times in the last 3 years to Celeste's home, so we are kind of piecing together what her home life was really like and possibly why she was running away time and time again. I mean, you can even consider the GoFundMe that was initially started to help her family lay her to rest, that has now been changed to simply donations to help her family, which a lot of people have found
It's a little suspect. That's kind of weird.
suspect, as the funds have now reached
So, your thoughts on that?
It wouldn't surprise me. Because again, like they have made no statements whatsoever. They've not gotten in front of the camera, nothing. The only visuals that we have were the funeral that happened yesterday, and we don't even know who's the mom, who's the dad, who's the brother, who's the sister, nothing. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, a body, a dismembered body in a casket, and be people carrying that casket.
Sad.
I still,
That's sad.
you know, that's still, I'm still curious about that. Like, I don't know, if it was me and, you know, the body was badly decomposed, I wouldn't have even buried it. I probably would have cremated it, because that's not a memory that I want to remember my child. That's just me.
True. Damn. Yo, Blaze is saying type in Celeste baby essentials. Let's see. I don't know. Nothing weird better pop up, bro. I did see a thumbnail that I was gonna click on earlier where it had Celeste on one side and an embryo, like a baby in the womb, in the middle, and then David on the other.
Yeah, but they already confirmed that she was never pregnant. A lot of people thought that because, you know.
This guy's giving coordinates, my boy. I'm starting to wonder about you. No, man.
Put that person in a
coordinates
car.
to her house.
We should put him in a car.
He was saying go to her house. Damn, I don't know if I want to go to Lake Elsinore.
No.
I heard some stories about Lake Elsinore late night.
I heard
you might
that.
not see your next day.
I heard La Llorona be kicking it over there.
Damn, night crawlers and everything.
I'm sorry. I've been up since like
my Blaze. Do you know what a night crawler is? I'm curious. I put down a few night crawlers in my day. Let me tell you.
But again, like in all due respects, we're not making jokes of the situation. It's just hard to keep a straight face when there's really nothing to go on.
If David,
but the assumptions are great. I'm feeling the assumptions because you know it's picking our brain. You know, makes you wonder what's what. You know, you don't know what's coming next. You know.
I mean,
well, with this story here, this unfortunate situation. I mean, man, just the thought when I first heard of you know this whole situation, I was just like, wait a minute, a girl in a trunk, just basically chopped up. I was like, damn, that's like, dude, what the hell? Like that's like something you only hear in the movies, you know, in one weird documentary, like somewhere in Mississippi or somewhere out on the boondocks, you know,
right?
Not right here in Cali, SoCal. Damn.
But see, what got me off guard was the fact that it's a Tesla. Who the hell would abandon a Tesla? I would understand if it was like an old, I don't know, 1991
David's
like Honda Accord or a Civic or whatever. But
2022.
the fact that this is a very expensive electric car that has built-in security cameras in there that records non-stop. My thing is, out of all the cars
David's manager is
you had
addressing the
access to,
investigation
you had to
into the
pick
death
the
of
most
Celeste
expensive one
Rivas
to drop a
Hernandez.
body
It
in
began
there
like many
and then abandon it. Like, that doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, sorry for that audio overlay there. You were saying though?
Like, when have you ever heard of a Tesla getting towed and being abandoned? Like, that's unheard of. I would understand like a junky ass car, but you know what I mean? And then he've never reported it missing. You know, you're on tour and then you hear on the news that some random body is in your car. Like, wouldn't you be like, what the hell's going on? Like, what happened? But we get nothing.
Nothing. Not a peep.
And then you can't deny it.
That's why I'm telling you, the cops are involved, man.
How were they involved?
They're hiding something.
How are they involved? That doesn't make no sense.
I don't know. They're too quiet. They too quiet, yo. They too quiet. I'm trying to... I was watching a video earlier. They were talking about his manager. His manager's the one they're blaming.
What, right here?
No, see, that was a day ago. No, that's not it. That is not it.
But I want you, I don't know if you listened to this video, and it's them having a conversation, and I believe it's a very private conversation. But there's a part of that video where I believe she tells him, "I love you," like 2 or 3 times, and he's not responsive at all, saying it back. And there was an interviewer that asked him, is this real, and why didn't you respond back to when the person was telling you I love you? And he was saying, oh, because they're not in my life anymore. And it's just like, but they're not in your life anymore, but yet you have no problem uploading it on your YouTube channel and making money off of it. Because isn't that what happens when you upload a video on your YouTube channel? If it gets so many views, you get some type of money off of it, right?
Yeah, if it's monetized.
Yeah, well, he has that little blue thingy on his channel. Isn't he like certified?
He's legit.
He's so that's what I'm saying.
That's a good point. That's definitely a good point.
I think that's being narcissistic in a sense, no? Like you have no issue, exploiting them on your quote unquote art. But yet once the cat is out the bag, it's like, it's crickets. Like, I mean, he could have easily said like, yeah, I know this person, but, I have no clue as to what happened, but we don't get nothing. Not a peep, nothing.
Not a damn thing.
But I feel like even though he had maybe have no involvement of killing her, there's no way in hell that he's gonna get out of it. I mean, hell, that one girl, her name's Michelle Carter, she got I believe it was 20 years. I don't know if it was her boyfriend or it's someone that she knows, but I don't know if she was in a relationship with them. I don't recall. But apparently he was begging her to tell him how to kill himself. And she did it. They did it via text, and he committed suicide. And she did jail time for it.
Wow.
It's the same thing with Gypsy Rose. I don't know if you're familiar with Gypsy Rose, where her mother was murdered by her internet boyfriend, and even though she had no involvement in it, like physically, like putting hands on the mom and stabbing her or whatever, but it's the fact that she instructed
somebody connected to all of this,
boyfriend
and maybe they didn't
the act, and she also did jail time. It's the same thing with Charles Manson. Everyone's familiar with Charles Manson. He had his little cult. His cult did his dirty deeds, but yet he did jail time. He died in jail, as a matter of fact. He died in 2017.
Oh, okay, that is recent.
Yeah.
That guy's seen a lot of craziness in his time.
Yeah, so that's, again, it's like, yeah, you probably could have told your management, okay, get rid of her or whatever. That could be one instant.
Right.
But the main thing is like, you were messing around with the minor. You still can't get out of that. So he's gonna do jail time for one or the other.
Yeah, well, it's off topic, but it's like similar, like Diddy. You did all this craziness, they let it all go, and he's only doing what he's doing. He's only serving what they got accused for recently.
Right.
And he's already got a year time served, so he's gonna be out soon.
Here,
so that's where you kind of bring in the whole thing with, like, you know, maybe it was sacrifice. The talks of Celeste being a sacrifice. You know, you take the fall, you will, you know, you'll go through the ringer. We'll, you know, throw the book at you, but you're only gonna do, you know, X amount of time and only be convicted of X, Y, and Z. And so in his case, it will be, you know, sex with a minor, you know what I mean? Maybe kidnapping, the whole death, and all that other stuff that's down that rabbit hole is just water under the bridge.
Either way,
David's
involvement or not, he's gonna do jail time for something.
Okay, so we have 2 videos here that I'm gonna pull up, and these are this one was 8 days ago. The feds arrest David's brother after shocking crime scene footage. Okay, that's probably fake news, but it's interesting. It's 8 days ago. It's news to my ear, so we're gonna check that out. And then the other one,
video of Celeste meeting David leak out.
Going to be feds arrest David's manager after leaked footage. This was, I think, 2 days ago. So I'm gonna play this for a second and catch the vibe. Supposedly they arrested the manager. I don't think they arrested him. This is probably fake news. You know how that goes, but let's check it out.
A lot of people had access to that Tesla. That's from somebody connected to all of this, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But if they did,
well, that would definitely complicate matters.
Now, from the very beginning, people online had their doubts about David's manager, Josh Marshall. They claimed he knew Celeste was underage, yet still encouraged her to run away from home and live with him and David. Now the law has finally caught up with him, and federal agents have arrested Josh after leaked footage appeared to show him abducting 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez and dragging her into the Tesla. Prosecutors say he could now be facing life in prison. But to really understand how it got this far,
okay, they didn't show her being dragged into the Tesla. If that was her walking up and down the street, I mean, the video's pretty blurry. You can't really tell if that's her or not. We'll wind it back just a little bit. I mean, I don't know, man. That could be anybody. I mean, I did see a video of her wearing gray sweats and a black hoodie. But, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, the person is running down the street that way, then walking back up that street. Did they have the time there? What was the time on that? Let's do a little investigative work right here. Let's see. Up here, you can see the time. It's 2024, 3:19, 7 o'clock supposedly. So it's coming down this way. Let's play the video. Now let's check that time.
You do realize they have
Same
footage of
day.
where they spotted David in Lake
1 minute
Elsinore.
later. Footage of what?
Of him in Lake Elsinore.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think well, that I'm aware of. Yeah, you shared that with me.
Like they didn't.
But what I was pointing out here is this is saying that they have on camera that they have Josh, his manager, basically pulling into the Tesla. So I'm just fact checking it in a sense to see if that footage is what they have that footage or not.
This one that you're playing is where across from a convenience store in her area in her hometown, the last time she so quote unquote had ran away from home.
Okay, so that was the last time they seen her.
Yeah.
It's not him pulling her into the car. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, that's clickbait. Well, they got us, which is cool. I get the flow. But so anyways, what I was just trying to point out was the time, because it shows this person walking down this side of the street at 7 o'clock while running, pace running, whatever you want to know. And then a minute later, because here's the date, everything's the same. The only thing that changed was the time. So a minute later, this person must have ran across the street, and now they're walking back up in the direction they came from. Now, was she trying to get away? She wasn't sprinting, that's for sure. She was like it's a light jog.
Right.
But I mean, maybe she wasn't afraid of that person that much, where she was just trying to, leave me alone, go away, it wasn't that extreme, And this person crossed the street, and now they're just walking back up that way. So, I mean, I get the light jog, you know what I mean? Like I said, No, they just got her walking back up. They got that person walking back up the street there. So that's pretty much the only footage they have. So there is no footage of him pulling her in the car.
No, that's the same footage that TMZ released where that was from the convenience store by a block away from her house.
Referring to the last time
they seen her in
her
Lake
hometown.
Elsinore, yeah.
Okay. Man, these guys are good. They take one little clip like that and spin it into feds arrest David's manager. Leak footage showing him abducting Celeste. Okay. Well, let me earwig this a little bit.
Got this far? You have to go back to where the red flags first started. Marshall is the guy that was supposed to be managing David's career, not getting dragged into something like this. But here's the problem. Josh didn't just know about Celeste, he was warned about her in black and white. Back in February 2024, a family friend of Celeste sent Josh an email, and this wasn't just some random note. It had her missing persons report attached with all her details. This message was blunt. We know Celeste is living with you guys. She needs to return home. And guess what? One day later, Celeste actually did go back home.
With him, and that they included the missing persons flyer. She's a missing person. She's 12 or 13 at that time. And the next I think it was the next day or the day after, she showed up. She just showed up on her own back home.
Which means Josh saw the email. He knew she was a missing child.
It wasn't on her own. She got dropped off.
Right.
But it does clarify what they're saying. Like, he understood the situation.
Well,
got her to go back home. As his manager, he's probably like, dude, she got to go, man. You know what I mean?
Right. I also heard, too, that they sent that email to the feds as well. So that supposedly they were aware of it as well.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it was before or after the fact, but they have that email.
Wow.
But see, this is what I mean, though. Like, if her family knew, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As a parent, I'm gonna want to meet this person. I'm gonna want to know what the hell, everything. And there could have been several ways he could have gone about it instead of the outcome that it is right now. Like, if he loved her that much and he wanted to be with her, wouldn't you want to, like, interact with her family and let them know that you're a good guy and that, you're willing to, quote-unquote, wait till she's the appropriate age or whatever, or something? I mean, I'm just saying, like, wouldn't that make more sense?
It would, like, especially if you're trying to impress the parents. You're an older, young man, of his caliber at that age. That's pretty established.
Especially when the age gap where he was 17 at the time and she was 11.
That's still, I mean, traditionally in Hispanic Mexican, isn't that kind of like average in a sense? I'm not validating it at all, but I'm just saying, like, it is crazy.
Unfortunately,
there was a time.
Unfortunately, back in the day, where that was accepted, but now it's like it's a no.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he ain't Hispanic, dog.
No, he's not.
So I don't think that's he's picking that up from his heritage, his lineage. And her nationality, obviously, her last name Hernandez.
Apparently she's Salvadorian.
Salvadoran, Mexicano.
It's not the same thing.
Ain't you Salvadoran?
No.
I thought that was your people. My bad.
No.
Anyways, there's so much more to unravel, guys. We're just scraping the surface. It is 9:40 where we are at. Long day of work. This was fun. This is our first live stream over there on Brain Juice. I've gone live on Twitch and on my my gaming channel, messing around. But this is like my first live on a serious topic.
Right.
And
so is me.
You know, so we apologize for the minor errors, the goofy conversation, you know, the lack of direction. But hey, man, you know what? It is what it is. We're not a live channel. You know, we post information. As a matter of fact, I'll pull up the page real quick. Like, we're very informative. We do our research and stuff. This kind of just flew across our radar. You know, the whole situation. So we just delve right in. You know what I mean? Get our feet wet. Use this as a opportunity to get our feet wet, going live, and using a trending topic to kind of spark that conversation. So again, we do apologize for any flops, any minor errors on our end. It is what it is. But if you're into like short informative posts, check out our channel. You know, our posts are there. Check them out. It's slowly growing. We're gonna start being more active over there in the near future. So if you like the video, give us a follow, give us a like, a thumbs up, and we shall return. Gizzy, do you have any final words?
I hope we get some answers soon.
Excuse me?
I said I hope we get some answers soon.
Right.
Not only the family, but I feel like all of us need closure. I feel like I need closure, and I don't even know these people, but I just feel very bad that, I just don't get the human mentality of what would bring you to commit a very
I got to tell you about the search
act
at the house.
Video of Celeste meeting David.
So I hope we do get answers soon.
Right.
And for Celeste, I hope she rests in peace, and maybe hopefully I don't know if you believe in spirits or whatever, but hopefully she guides whoever to solve her damn death, because this is just insane.
Yeah. I want to look up that tarot card thing you touched on earlier. That sounded pretty interesting.
Here, I'll look it up, and hopefully the next time we go live, we'll share it. Cause that was trippy to me. That you even got freaking fortune telling people on this shit, and it's just like everybody's trying to solve. Everybody's trying to be.
I'm surprised Trump haven't spoken on it.
Well, probably if she was white.
Right. Bastards. Anyways, guys, we are out. It is a wrap.
We hope that, again, that this gets solved, but we hope that we entertained you guys at some point.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I've been up since like 4 a.m. I did a 12-hour shift.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
She's been out there in the Hollywood streets trying to find his location. 4 a.m. out there. trying to look in that pool, look for that trash bag. Shout out to Blaze for his informative information and theories. That live feed got cut out a while ago on YouTube. We hit that max 2-hour limit.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I didn't even know we were pushing 2 hours. That is crazy. Yo. So we'll be back soon with another exclusive live. On behalf of Gizzy and I, Reload Pew to the Pew. We appreciate you guys' time. Hope you have fun, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright.
Bye. Good night.
Peace out, yo. One love.